Okay, Mom, I'm recording now. And just like I said in the message, I just wanted you to give me your account of what happened on the flight from Brussels that we were supposed to go to Poland.
Right. Okay. All right. We were on the flight to Poland when I was sitting between two passengers. The one passenger that was on the aisle seat, the woman, kept taking her elbow and nudging me. So I turned to her and I said, "These seats are awful small, aren't they?" Because I wasn't trying to be, in an attack
Rude.
mode, but I
Mm-hmm.
really wanted her to stop elbowing me. So she looked at me with like crazy. I don't know. I couldn't, the expression she gave me. So she gets up, I guess, to go to the powder room. And then the man on the other side of me, who had been conversing with the woman through the most of the flight, reaches over to get something from the seat pouch from the person that had just left. And he's laying on me. And I'm saying, "Excuse me," because I felt, you know, like he was too close to me. So she comes back and she starts the nudging again with her elbow. So when one of the attendants comes down the aisle, I asked him, I said, "You got to help me here. I'm being killed." And he says to me, "I can't be a officer for you." And it was like he dismissed my concerns about my discomfort. So I get up, I go back to you where you're sitting with your children, and I said, "Ariel, can I hold one of the kids?" I said, "Because I'm having a terrible time here." And that's when Santana found out what was going on with me, and he became very upset about it. So he goes to the seat where I was sitting and he confronts the man about the way he had treated me. So the man gets up and he goes, I don't know where he went. He went to the toward the front of the plane. In the meantime, Tanner's trying to talk to the attendants to let them know how they're treating me. And he's excited because he's really upset for the way they're doing me. So the female attendant comes over and he's talking to her, and he's arguing with her because she's not trying to help us. And then all of a sudden she hits him. She smacked him in the face. I couldn't believe it. And instinctively he strikes back. Well, that's when the poop hit the fan. All these other passengers who weren't even privy to what was going on jumped Tanner. One of them even kicked him while he was down after people were trying to subdue him. He only hit the woman. He struck back at her after she struck him. I mean, it was an instinct. And in fact, I was so sorry that I wasn't closer, that I could have interceded, because I would have, when she hit him, I was stunned. I was actually frozen because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that you could do that to a passenger. Just strike him. And then everybody, because he reacted to her strike, they take it like, oh, he hit a woman. But the woman hit him. She struck him first. And I don't know. I'm all about equality. And anybody that puts their hand on you has to suffer the consequences of that. Anyway, nobody took our side. They take us off the phone, off the plane while he's in pain. They've got him cuffed and they're joggling him. They're not even trying to be helpful with him. And they wouldn't even give him medical attention, because when we got back to Amsterdam, it was proven that he had a broken rib because of the way that they had treated him on that plane. From that situation, I have not wanted to fly again. I don't want to go anywhere on a plane because there's no cameras on a plane to say how passengers are treated. It's ridiculous. I don't know. how they do that for security, that they're not filming on planes to see what's going on with the passengers.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's my
No,
story. And
that's no, that's but do you remember before the female flight attendant slapped Santana? Do you remember the little one that told you he wasn't going to be the police for you came from behind?
yeah, the little short, it was a male
Mhm.
attendant that
Mhm.
didn't want to have anything to do with anything. He
But
didn't want
he
to serve the passengers. He didn't
mhm.
offer me another seat.
But
He just,
then
I had to grin and bear it.
he's the one he's the one who hit Santana first. Do you remember that? He hit
No, I
Santana
don't
from
remember
behind.
anything. All I remember is that he goes, Tanner's talking to the woman. I thought she might be a supervisor because she was
She
a older
was.
person
No,
from
she
all the other
was.
attendants on the plane.
She was. Yeah, she was. She was the one who was trying to tell Santana that nothing happened to him, that the other flight attendant didn't just punch him from behind.
Oh my God. Well, he
Yeah.
knows how he felt, and I'm sorry that I
Oh,
just
oh
missed
no,
that
listen,
whole thing.
listen.
I
I
really did
also
miss that whole thing. All
no,
I remember
everything
is her
happened fast.
smacking him.
No, everything happened so fast. Everything happened so fast. But I wanted to know, did you see the Belgian police dragging Santana down the
Oh
tarmac?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's when he was in pain from the
yeah.
way they had broken his rib, and the Belgian police, they do not listen to any story except the plane story.
Yep.
Anybody that gets on the plane, you're you're going to be in the wrong. There is no goodwill for passengers. The customer is not right, always right there. They don't even think of you as a customer or a client or anything. And they're not friendly skies. They are not friendly skies. And the police handled it terrible. They it was just, I don't, I don't even know if it was a racial thing, other than the airline, if they say this has happened, then that's what they believe. I don't know. I don't know
Did
about fairness. I
did
don't know
any
how foreign countries treat uh, these kind of incidents, or they just dismiss us because we're not in first class, or I don't know what the what the
mhm. do
whole
you
thing is there. I
do
have no
you
idea. All I know is that was the worst time in my life. I'll
yeah,
never forget it. I
yeah.
try to forget it because I
I
really
know.
doing this right now is just bringing back all kinds of
I
terrible.
I know, I know, and I hate that I even had to ask you to do this. But I wanted to ask you just a couple of more things and then we can make this short so cuz I know this is triggering. But did anyone from the airplane, the airline or the police department did they ever ask to take a statement from you about what happened?
No, no, because it was in there. They had already made up their mind that we were in the wrong,
Mhm.
and
And did
there was no quid pro quo, as they say it. It was just a done deal. We were the wrong ones, so everybody could keep treating us like crap. It
okay.
was just the most unfair thing. I just, oh, I tell
And
you, it's
and I'm
just it is triggering. It really
yeah.
is triggering.
I
and
know.
and all I could think was, this was during COVID, and nobody on the planes was with masks and stuff, and they're
Mhm.
all making contact with us, touching us, beating him up, and then throwing us off the plane, throwing I mean, losing we lost money for our tickets. We didn't get reimbursed for anything, nothing.
Nope.
And just, oh gosh, it's
I
just,
I know, but a couple of more things, Ma. So just to be clear, who was flying with us that day? Who it was just us, the family, right?
yeah, it was the boys, the two boys, you and Tana and me.
Right. And we were just a family
A
traveling.
family that couldn't all sit together because they had the rows of seats were in fours,
Right.
and
And it
I
was
was
the
the
last
fifth
flight.
person.
Yeah,
So
it was the last flight out of Ghana because of COVID. It was the last flight, so we had to just
exactly,
take.
because we were supposed to be going to the Ivory Coast
Yeah,
for missionary stuff. I mean, it was crazy. You trying to
yeah.
do good somewhere, and then you treat it like that. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, because Santana had just came back from Niger, where they offered him the contract to work with the albino population for the eyeglasses. So yeah, I'm glad that you remembered that we were supposed to be still traveling in Africa when everything stopped because of COVID. Yeah,
Right, right.
yeah. So mom, thank you so much. I know this is hard. I just needed to get your statement about what happened. And that's I think that's we can end it here. Um thank you, and I'm sorry for bringing this back up.
Oh no, no. I just would like some justice. I really would like justice, because that's not right to do people like that. I mean, if you don't have a whole lot of money, you're just nothing. You really are. Like I said, we weren't in first class, so it was like whatever they wanted to do to you back there, it was like we were on a cattle car,
Yeah,
you
like
know?
the flight attendant, when you asked him to help you, the flight attendant told you that he wasn't there to be the police, and it's like, who asked you to be the police? We're asking you to be a flight attendant right now.
Exactly. Just do your job. Do your job.
Yeah, and it just was so ironic that that same one that said he wasn't there to be the police was the one that sucker punched Tanner first, because that's what sparked the whole fight when that guy
Yeah,
sucker
yeah,
punched him
yeah,
from
because of the way
behind.
they treated me. It was just terrible. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm like, I probably was the oldest person on the darn plane. I really believe that, because
it's
everybody around me
possible.
looked so young.
It's no, it's quite possible that you were, and it was just so sad because I got to take my mom to Africa. Every Black American's dream to be able to go to the motherland, and that's how it ultimately had to end. It was a very sour
Yeah, because
experience.
everything had been beautiful up until that
Exactly.
flight.
Listen, I got the
It was like
videos.
we,
My, I, I got the videos of us in the hotel lobby with you singing with the piano player, and we're just having a great time. I have all of that stuff showing. Like, no, everything was
yeah,
perfect.
because we were not violent people. We were people
No,
that was soaking up the just the goodness in the world, just experiencing different people. And until I got on that plane, I never wanted to be around people again. I swear.
yeah.
I took it just took me south.
No, it really wasn't, especially because the boys had to see this. The boys had to see something so traumatizing at such a young age, and I'm just trying to paint the picture for these people to see the impact that they really did put on people's lives that were just paying customers
Yeah,
trying to get
yeah.
to where
And
they were
people
going.
that they asked to come and talk at the people that were the row behind us, they asked those people to come to talk about the situation. And I don't really believe that they were in I don't believe that they knew exactly what had gone down. All
They
they saw
they
was,
turned their head. I have on my
because
video.
the fact that woman smacked Tana before anything escalated like it did.
Well, no,
It's
actually, it had already escalated from the little guy who said he wasn't going to be an officer. He punched Tanner from behind. That's when Tanner jumped over those seats. That's when they started arguing.
oh
Yeah,
God. And see,
that's.
like I said,
Mhm.
everything happened so fast.
Oh, but it doesn't matter, Mike, because I have it on video. And that was the other thing. They refused to look at the video. They went around and selected their witnesses and refused to look at the video of what actually happened.
Yeah, yeah. I hope, you know what? And I was thinking about what is going on with those attendants now. After that, all that COVID, they may not even
Mhm.
be around, because they were in that kind of job where they are sucking in the air of all the people that could be potentially ill.
Mhm.
And And I just wonder what their futures turned out to be. And that the woman, she comes to me and says, "I've never done anything like this before." I said, "You hit him." I
Mhm.
told her in her face that
Yeah.
you hit him.
Yeah. Yeah. But they all left statements on their newspaper articles saying that the passenger slapped him. It's amazing. It's amazing. The black man slapped the white woman, you know? So
That's what I said on the plane. I said,
yeah.
"Y'all gonna believe this white woman?" I said,
Yep.
and it's just like they had selective vision.
Mhm.
It's like they didn't, they would they blank out that they didn't see this woman smack him.
Mhm. And they didn't see the other flight attendant. They didn't and nobody saw the other flight attendant punch Santana from behind. And it just like passengers just jump over an aisle of seat for no reason and start and are in a rage. That's what
Yeah, they
happens
tried to
all
make
the
him
time.
look like a lunatic.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
really
yeah.
did.
Mhm.
Anyway, okay, baby, if you don't mind, I'd like to go lay down again now.
It's all right, Ma. You're entitled. Thank you so much. You just hit leave and it's over.
All right, darling.
I
All
love you.
right. You kiss my babies for me.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
All
I
right,
love you.
darling. Bye bye. I
Bye
love
bye.
you.
Love you too. Okay, that was my mother's statement. And yeah, everything happened really fast. It's very difficult for us to talk about this because it was so traumatizing. My mother had never experienced anything like that, and she just came from being in the high of her life going to Africa. If you don't know, most African Americans, like the dream is to go visit Africa at least one time in your life. And me being a child, um, I can't tell you what it meant to me for me to be able to take my mom to Africa and what we felt and the energy that we felt and how good we felt when we were there. And it was just beautiful for it to end like this, and then everyone gets to make a narrative when you have video footage of what happened. you know um it's disheartening, but I'm going to end this here. This is just for um the future.